The unexplained disappearance of Lars Mittank. The story of Lars Mittank is one that has baffled people worldwide. It's a case filled with strange behavior, mysterious events, and a final moment captured on camera that leaves more questions than answers. From a fun vacation to a terrifying flight into the unknown, this is the story of a young German man who vanished without a trace. Starting the vacation, a trip to Bulgaria. On June 30, 2014, Lars Mittank and 4 of his friends left their home in northern Germany for a week-long vacation in Bulgaria. Their destination was Golden Sands, a popular seaside resort known for its nightlife and beautiful beaches. The group was in their 20s, ready to relax, enjoy good food, and soak up the sun. Things started off great. They checked into their hotel, hit the clubs, and enjoyed the local cuisine. But as the trip neared its end, something strange happened that would change everything. The bar altercation that sparked it all. On July 6th, Lars was at a local bar watching a soccer game. He voiced his support for one team, but the locals in the bar were backing the other side. What started as a simple disagreement quickly escalated into a heated argument. Friends intervened, pulling Lars away before any physical violence broke out. Later that night, the group went to McDonald's to grab some food. Lars decided to stay outside while his friends went in. When they came back out, Lars was nowhere to be found. They waited, but he didn't show. They assumed he might have gone back to the hotel to rest early, but he wasn't there either. Despite the confusion, the friends decided to sleep it off, figuring Lars would show up soon. When morning came, Lars reappeared with a bizarre story. Lars' strange explanation. Lars claimed that a group of men, either Russian or locals, had attacked him. He believed these men were sent by the people he had argued with in the bar. According to Lars, this was some kind of hit ordered against him. His friends found the story odd. If the attack happened outside McDonald's, why hadn't they seen or heard anything? And why had Lars been missing for so many hours? Despite the strange timeline and details, they accepted that Lars had been attacked but were relieved he was back safe. Lars said he was hit in the ear during the scuffle, which led them to seek medical attention before flying home. The doctor's visit and the perforated eardrum. At the doctor's office, Lars was diagnosed with a perforated eardrum. The doctor initially suggested surgery, but Lars refused, preferring to undergo any treatment back in Germany. Instead, he was prescribed an antibiotic called cefuroxime. The doctor warned Lars that flying with a perforated eardrum could worsen the injury due to air pressure changes. He advised Lars to delay his flight home by a few days to allow his ear to heal. Lars told his friends about the diagnosis and the doctor's advice. His friends offered to stay and delay their flights with him, but Lars insisted they go ahead without him. He said he'd stay in a cheap hotel near the airport and fly home later. Alone and anxious, the night at the hotel, Lars checked into a budget hotel near the airport called Hotel Color. This is where his behavior started to become alarming. Around midnight, he called his mother, asking her to shut off all his bank cards. His mother was confused and worried but didn't press for answers. A few hours later, at 3 a.m., Lars called again in a whisper, terrified. He told his mother that a group of men was trying to kill him. His fear was real, his voice shaking with panic. His mother later said she could tell he was genuinely scared, not just playing a part. After the call, Lars sent a text asking about the antibiotic he'd been prescribed, listing its complicated name. His mother reassured him it was a common medication. Hotel surveillance reveals erratic behavior. Hotel CCTV footage showed Lars pacing the halls around 1 a.m., hiding in elevators, and acting nervously. At one point, he left the hotel for about an hour and then returned, but no one knows where he went during that time. His unsettled behavior was a stark contrast to the carefree vacationer he had been just days before. The final moments at the airport. At 6 a.m., Lars was picked up by a taxi and taken to the airport. The driver noticed Lars seemed off. His pupils were dilated, and he appeared anxious. Lars texted his mother to let her know he had arrived safely. His mother urged him to see the airport doctor one last time before flying home. On camera, Lars walked into the airport and went to the doctor's office. The doctor examined his ear and said it looked fine, giving Lars the green light to fly. The doctor described Lars as polite but nervous and paranoid, with no clear reason for his fear. The sudden flight and disappearance. While Lars was in the doctor's office, a construction worker wearing a reflective vest entered. This seemingly ordinary event triggered something in Lars. Without warning, he dropped his luggage, shouted, "I don't want to die. I don't want to die," and bolted out of the airport. CCTV footage captured Lars sprinting across the parking lot, scaling a barbed wire fence without hesitation, and disappearing into the nearby woods. After that, no one has seen him. What happened to Lars Mittank? Since his disappearance, there has been only one unconfirmed sighting. A truck driver claimed to have picked up a barefoot man walking along a road a year later. The driver later thought this man resembled Lars, but nothing was verified. No other credible leads have surfaced, and Lars remains missing. Theories behind the disappearance. There are several theories, but none fully explain what happened. Side effects from antibiotics. Some speculate that the antibiotic Lars was prescribed might have caused hallucinations or paranoia. However, Lars never filled the prescription, and side effects from this drug are extremely rare. Traumatic brain injury. The blow to his ear and ruptured eardrum might have caused a concussion or brain injury, potentially altering his behavior. But severe symptoms usually don't appear suddenly and intensely as Lars showed. Psychotic break triggered by stress. The fight and attack could have caused a sudden mental health crisis. Even without prior history, extreme stress can lead to psychosis. Voluntary disappearance. Some believe Lars intentionally disappeared to start a new life. He was an outdoorsy person and capable of surviving in the wilderness, but no evidence supports this. The search and ongoing mystery. Lars' family hired private investigators to comb the area near the airport and surrounding wilderness. Despite their efforts, no sign of Lars has emerged. No footprints, no campsite, no body. The mystery remains unsolved, and the family continues to hope for answers and closure. Share your thoughts. The disappearance of Lars Mittank is a chilling story that raises many questions. What do you think happened? Was it a medical issue, a mental health crisis, or something more sinister? Could he have escaped into the wild, or was he forced to vanish? Whatever your theory, this case reminds us how fragile life can be and how sometimes, even with so much information, the truth stays just out of reach.